Jermaine.
Yeah.
Cole.
Yes.
The real is back. The bill is back. Flo Bananas here. Peel this back.
Yes.
This is not a drill. This is real. Almost 8 years after first bringing up the Fall Off album, J. Cole has finally announced it yesterday that it is dropping in just a little over 3 weeks on February 6th. There's an announcement video with a snippet as well as what I'm calling a single. It's called Disc 2 Track 2. And today, we're going to give it a review. Let's go.
Derapy. Listen. I persevered through the worst. My thirst to adhere is a curse. My life, I see it in reverse. I first appeared in a hearse. The driver steered to the church. My grandkids carried the coffin to the altar as they burst into tears from their shirts.
Right off the rip, this is like classic Cole to me. Nice, punchy, but laid back beat with some sweet vocals underneath. He starts with a ton of rhymes, but they're not just for rhyming's sake. It actually sounds like it's coming naturally. He opens the track by saying he sees his life in reverse, appears in a hearse, driver steered to the church, grandkids carry him as they burst into tears from the shirt. And I think like because he's rapping about going backwards, the tears come from the shirt, like they're going back up into the eyes instead of their eyes being where the tears come from. It's in reverse. It's very provocative imagery from the jump.
As they burst into tears from their shirts, the tears rise to the sides of their face and into their eyes is piercing where hurt. Fast forward 60 years, I got verse of the year. My purpose is clear as to murk whoever dare flirt with death. The best alive, and what you now hear is the work. The inspiration was rare and in spurts, but when it's there, I'm immersed. My experience of being a parent dispersed. Watching my son disappear as I stare at his birth, and he returns to the womb, wifey stomach growing greater in girth. And then declining every time we come here to the nurse. With each day that passes, I can feel my career coming first. Do I? Took the wedding ring off a finger, and now I'm single, walking up the aisle backwards to an era of dirt.
J. Cole has talked for some time about how he feels he's been sharpening his tools, perfecting his craft, and the way he tells this story while weaving in these rhymes. Not just rhymes at the end of bars, but like right in the middle of them. I just find to be really impressive, and it goes to show that he's really been trying to put his best foot forward whenever it comes to this project. I love the schemes, clear, it's to murk, what you now hear is the work, inspiration was rare and in spurts, but when it's there, I'm immersed, being a parent dispersed, my son disappear, I stare at his birth. Cole's been accused of simply rapping about rapping for some time, but him doing this like reverse narrative with these complex schemes personally has me pretty hooked.
Walking up the aisle backwards to an era of dirt. Falling clubs tipsy with a bitch I see clear through a skirt. The cameras be snapping, blogs be yapping, so I'm careful alert. Walking to my section, whisper right in my ear, we flirt, we part ways. I see her from a distance, she stares with a smirk. Cheers to the perks with the squad, we live for the search of new hoes. Lusty, quick to fuck me, unaware of they worth. We leave the club, drive to the show, and I swear that it's turned. It all begins with encore cheers from those wearing my merch. Fast forward through years of rehearsal, losing, winning, bank account thinning, income streams nowhere near as diverse. And though I'm blessed, I see me stressing from hearing the chirps of naysayers who only days later I don't care to convert.
As Cole moves back through time, he sees a young him who views women entirely differently. He's using the B word. And the I see clear through her skirt isn't just him commenting on the attire, but how the attraction is surface level. Like, this is just what fame brings. I don't even really see you as much of a person. I just see, what's through your skirt. He describes a concert that begins with encore cheers because that's usually how a show would end. I love the commitment to the bit. Discussing his income streams changing to being like more minimal and his bank account thinning is kind of funny. It's kind of like a flex hidden within this reverse concept. I used to get money in just so few ways. Wow, what a different time. I also enjoy the bit where he reflects on the stress of the time. Even when he was at maybe his quote unquote peak, he was allowing naysayers to bother him, but certain people didn't exist until he started succeeding. I'm blessed, I see me stressing from the chirps, but days later, which is actually further back, I didn't care to convert. He was just making music. He was just working. I love that bit.
Days later, I don't care to convert. On cloud 9, now signed to my hero, one of the so-called kings of this rap thing that I swear to usurp. Decade later, mama cut on the cable. My motivation to be greater ends the moment I appear in a purse. I'm growing shorter, Pampers cover my hindquarters. I watch my father walk back in my life and it clears up a hurt I couldn't explain. Mama gives me my name, then hands me over to the doctor and I watch as my spirit reverts. Then I'm no longer here on this earth. how I see it.
I find this song overall to be pretty fascinating. Like, the concept isn't entirely unprecedented. I know that it pays some homage to an older Nas track, but I think I can comfortably say we did not let Nas down with this one. I love that J. Cole is 40 and he raps like he's 40. Like, I actually appreciate that evolution. I hope that we get more grown man rap on the Fall Off. I think that this song almost entirely makes up for that Grippy track. This doesn't sound like the same person at all. Maybe that was a clone. Maybe it was Cole, but he lost a bet. I don't know. I just know we're better than this.
Shit wet, shit grippy.
Anyways, as we move backwards, Cole talks about being signed by Jay-Z, one of the quote-unquote so-called kings of this rap thing that he swears to usurp. I don't think the so-called thing... I don't think the so-called kings bar is a diss. One, we know J. Cole doesn't want the smoke. Sorry, I'm not trying to get into a whole thing about it, but like, I don't think he's trying to initiate any type of exchange here. I think it's kind of a throwaway bar, and I'll explain.
2,
even back in 2014, when he dropped Forest Hills Drive, at the end of Fire Squad, he does this whole thing about how we're all kings. We're king of ourselves. Look at little old Jermaine with every ounce of strength in his veins. He's gonna get the crown, but then he's gonna poof, destroy it. Because there will be no more kings. That ramble deserves more analysis in its own right. But the point is, I think Cole kind of just looks back on how he viewed rap with a different perspective. Like, back in the late 2000s, he was thinking about who's king of the rap thing and how he needs to climb to the top. But so much happened before then and so much has happened after that. I honestly think that it's just dropped in here as a throwaway line, like, so-called kings. I think he's just saying that as like a throwaway. So-called. I don't think he's like, particularly Jay-Z, you are a fraud. Even though you did cheat on Beyonce. But that's just my read of it. I don't think it's that deep, but tell me if I'm wrong. Right after this, he's talking about looking in his mom's purse and seeing where his motivation ends, which means the opposite, because it's actually where his motivation would begin if he was going forward, because he sees his mom struggling. That's why he wants to succeed and be financially stable, not because of Jay-Z. I like the image of him getting shorter and him looking back at himself in Pampers. I think that's kind of funny. And there's a line about him watching his dad come back when he's incredibly young, which he says clears up a bit of hurt as opposed to creating one. And the track ends with him being gone, his soul reverting. And all in all, I actually kind of love it. Like, we're not on here talking about how good we are at rapping. The rap just speaks for itself. The beat selection is solid, the storytelling is great, the concept is dope, and I think it's executed relatively well. Very full circle. Starts with the hearse, and it ends with the spirit hitting the revert. It's grown man rap, and that's all you can ask for from a 40-year-old man. The fall off as a concept could be more about how to gracefully exit as opposed to something more literal, because it's not like he got bad or people stopped caring or anything. He's just kind of focused on other stuff now, it seems. I think this track has just about everything. While the schemes are good, the flow does come off like a bit poetic. The delivery is pretty basic, but I understand that's just kind of what it's meant to be based on the tone of the track. I think it works well for the message he's trying to get across, and it makes me a bit more excited for the fall off, which I think is entirely the point. I hope that this isn't the single most ambitious idea from the project, but I guess we'll have to see in a little over 3 weeks. I am honestly feeling a strong 8 to a light 9 on this track.
8, 9.
I had to run it back a few times to make sure I was interpreting everything right because of the commitment to the reverse narrative. I think it's done cleverly, and I look forward to more creative concepts and grown man raps. Please let the fall off have more tracks like this, and let's not revert back to stick talk and no one wants smoke with me. I do a show worth more than your whole neighborhood. I'm actually super cool with just rapping about how weird the club is in hindsight and how being a dad changed you, and I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think and how you'd rate it. Let me know if you're excited for the album at all.
Like the video.
And comment, Grown Cole. If you made it this far, please, please, please. Shout out to my patrons who heard this first.
Shout out Danielle, Blue Eyes Warrior, Megan, Dylan, Martin, Paradise, Thomas, Ben, Sunarez, Mirror, Micah, and Zamita.
Love you, mean it, spread the bread, and enjoy the outro by GMT Supreme, a banger.
Keeps a piece with wounds under my coat, so rest in peace to a thief, nigga, you wrote. From G's to P's to keys of the dope. I tuned through my journey on the float there. Sabado, he got to beat the show dip. Like baseball content, you on the whole, like, hey, I put my dick in the dough, cause I'm addicted to dope. Need at least a sip when I